All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Robert Smirking Gun Reviews, and tonight we are going to be talking about a movie called Meet the Feebles. It's from 1989, and it's directed by Peter Jackson, who, of course, if you don't know, did the Lord of the Rings trilogy, directed my favorite zombie movie called Dead Alive. It's called something else in some other places, but and you know, King Kong and all that. I kind of passed that away, whatever. Because the Happytime murders are coming out, and I watched the regular trailer, didn't laugh. Watched the Red Band trailer, didn't laugh. And it's not because I didn't want to. As soon as I heard that they were making a puppet, movie where it's in the real world, and puppets are like the Greg the Bunny show, puppets are walking around, they're kind of second-class citizens, blah blah blah, and it's just, whoa, puppets being edgy and saying fuck and having sex and whatever. Like Greg the Bunny was pretty funny, had some pretty funny characters on it, and it was kind of edgy. But the Happytime Murders trailer just seemed like one of those movies that just says, laugh at me, please, for the love of God. Pay attention to me, laugh at me. I'm being edgy, right? I'm being edgy, right? I'm being funny. Am I okay? Let's do some gross out stuff. Let's have a puppet jizz all over the screen because that's funny. Oh my God, it's funny because they're puppets. And I just feel like that's just going to be another bad Melissa McCarthy movie with puppets that aren't, and it's, oh, there's puppet prostitutes, man. Oh my God, it's like Sesame Street, except not, like if, they were real, and what would they really be like? Well, back in 1989, this movie came out. And if you want hardcore, if you want edgy, if you want satirical look at what would the Muppet Show be like if it was like real Hollywood, but like let's say they put it in like a little microcosm of this show where every possible bad, seedy thing could happen in this little group of puppets. And they don't have stuffing. You shoot them in the head, they bleed. Their brains pop out, okay? And it's dark, and it's kind of got a mean spirit to it. I mean, not even kind of, it's got a mean spirit to it, but it's also just fascinating to watch that somebody actually made this. And, some of the technological aspects of it, 1989, the puppetry work and everything is pretty darn good. You can find the whole movie on YouTube. It's not the best quality, but it never really was. Even on my VHS copy that I had, I think I had it on DVD for a while. It's one of those movies that just never looks great. I don't know if it's ever been given a Blu-ray treatment, but this has like your whole usual cast of characters. There's a hippo that's like Miss Piggy type. There's a little hedgehog that's like kind of like the heroic like Kermit the Frog, like oh shucks character. But then there's all these really seedy characters. Like there's a frog that has like PTSD and is addicted to heroin and has like flashbacks to Vietnam where he's fighting Gopher Viet Cong. You've got an elephant who had sex with a chicken and had like a half elephant, half chicken baby that's being sued for alimony. There's the walrus that runs the place is like a drug dealer as well, with him and his rat buddy and this like giant bulldog, and they're doing drug deals and bad drug deals, and they're poisoning, like people with their drugs, like literally, like there's a character that tests the drugs and it turns out it's like borax and his fucking face just like melts. There's puppet porn with a cow and a cockroach and an anteater. There's I'm sorry, but you know what? It's full spoilers. I'm not gonna give you like play by play, but I'm just gonna tell you there is a massacre, a gun massacre that is done over a song about sodomy sung by a fox. Man, there is puppet sex. There is, yeah, again, lots of like people like on drugs. There's a rabbit who has a lot of unprotected sex, and is, you know, and then it basically he gets AIDS, but it's like the fastest case of AIDS you've ever seen, where it just starts to just eat the guy's face off. There's a fly that's just disgusting. And there's a guy there's a contortionist who ends up sticking his head up his own ass. And it's just fascinating to watch. Now, it's not like one of the best movies ever made. It's not. It is not. But it's also kind of like hard to look away. And there are people that have those bucket lists that are like the 10 movies you have to see before you die. Well, this wouldn't make any of those lists. But it is one of those movies that I kind of feel like you kind of have to see at least once, or at least watch the trailer, and you might get the gist of it and go, I don't ever need to see this. But it's one of those movies that I watched, like, and it's been like a long time since I first saw this and I heard about this, and I just couldn't believe it. And while it has this mean spirit to it, there's also just parts where I'm just like, oh my God, and kind of laughing at it. And, you know, for some, this is like, for some people, this is going to be highly offensive. Like, but the thing is like, the Happytime Murders is coming out, and it's supposed to be like the next big, you know, like, ooh, like there's that scene where the puppet's having sex with another puppet, and he blows his load, like ridiculous amount of stuff all over the door. Okay, well, if you can handle that kind of stuff, then you can handle what's in here. There's like a guy who ejaculates through his nose or something. I don't even know. But so before you go out and waste your money on the Happytime Murders, which I'm just gonna predict. Maybe I could be wrong, but I'm just gonna go out on the edge here, and just my gut instinct says the Happytime Murders is gonna be dumb. On a technical level, it might look good, but I just have a feeling that even though Brian Henson's directing that, he's no Peter Jackson. But this was early in Peter Jackson's career, so, you know, this was like his Reservoir Dogs. I just don't think that if all you're looking for is puppets acting fucking crazy and acting like what they would be like in the real world, you got to check this out. Like I said, you can watch it for free on YouTube. So just look it up. And so before you waste your money at the theater seeing that probable piece of dog crap, see this piece of dog crap for free. So that's about it. I was going to play like a trailer and stuff for it, but I didn't want to get, I couldn't find one that wasn't owned, put up by somebody else. And I didn't want to like infringe on their video. So that's about it. I don't know if I've changed anybody's mind or piqued anybody's curiosity, but if you like this video, please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know if you've seen this, if you know what I'm talking about, because if you have seen this, it's one of those things that when you can forget about it, but if you start to remember, when you force yourself to think about this movie, a whole bunch of shit flashes in front of your eyes probably. So I would love to hear people's comments on this. And that's about it. I will probably be making a couple more videos tonight. Otherwise, we will see you on the next one. Thanks for all the support. Anybody who watches this video, we are at 199 subscribers, so one more to 200. We will see you on the next video. This is Robert Smirking Review saying, peace out, everybody.